All right, so you're coming out of storm here, and the first thing you got to do is heal.
We might.
I'm fine with you creating some space
I
here,
don't know.
but
I mean, do you guys want to try to peek this, or we just
you
rotate?
definitely want to heal.
Oh, one.
And the reason is you've got time, so you have to use it. If you don't use it, you might not get that time back later. So you see this guy on the left? Crypto cracked him. And then Revenant downs the Maggie.
Nice. I'm waiting for your push.
And because you stalled there, that's exactly why you got sent back. I don't know why you stalled. You said you're waiting for his push, but he's already pushing, right? And so there's something here about just being a little too slow that got you screwed. Now, the fuse ult's sort of unprecedented, I guess we'll say, but still, there's no reason to hold back. You're in death protection, so you have permission to full send, right? Like you can take huge risks while being in death protection because they're out in this vicinity and the totem's going to send you back here. So you're completely safe. But stalling before hitting the totem is what kind of screwed you.
That thermite hurt.
And another mistake here is you're running right back into the battle. But look at your health, right? You're basically 75 HP, right? That's not a healthy level to look for a fight at. You have to heal. So I did watch the beginning of this game, and there were some things that I would also point out, but I felt like skipping to this point was where a lot of the issues that I found needed to be addressed.
Batting.
So here I wouldn't actually even use my one bat. I would use my 2 cells. Because if I only have one bat, I really want to preserve this for the moment where I'm in a fight, I get cracked, the fight's going to continue on, and I only have about 5 seconds or so before they push me. Something like that. If I have space, if I have time, I never use my one bat. You have space, Loba queued out, you've got time, you can pop 2 cells. It's only 1 extra second, and it makes a big difference here because you've got that time. You also want to heal your health here too.
No. Yep.
So good job holding while your teammate revives. You almost get it down here.
Throwing thermite. Reloading. I'm out of energy ammo. 30 seconds until that ring closes. This way. Energy ammo here.
Oh, so many free kills.
You go for a weapon swap, which I think is good, but you still want to keep an eye on this health bar and what your inventory is, because you miss out on a shield battery here. All right, that could come back to bite you later. Not sure.
That ring closes.
You maybe get a heavy mag off it, because if they're not going to push, or if they are, you still want to have good resources at your disposal.
Just flatline, we're good. Yeah, I'm good. I switched.
All right, so we're rotating in.
Come out of this choke, right? I think.
You think the team's going to be on your right at this choke, which is smart.
Yeah, maybe right here.
They are far.
Yep. This guy in the back. Ready? 3, 2, 1, shoot.
They're firing on me.
Good idea.
You have EMP? We can back up, create space if we want. Yeah.
Okay, so you're safe over here, though. You don't have to keep running, and you can play that rock where my X is. If you play that rock, you're still sort of committed, or not committed, but you're close enough to keep an eye on that team in that house, and you can decide what's next. I don't think you have to run this far away. And here we have another team getting involved.
Team here.
So now you're going to be stuck to make 2 tough decisions. Do you go up the hill to fight this team, knowing there's a team behind you? Or do you double back down the hill and try to fight the team behind you? Or do you go more north on the other side of the hydroponics wall and rotate through that low ground? Because the zone's pulling back towards outside the phase driver or whatever, the phase runner, right? Taking an uphill battle here could be really tough. And I'm assuming you're solo queuing, but I could be wrong.
Don't let them swing. Oh, they're there. They beat us.
So no bats, right? We have no bats, and this is where making those decisions previously come back to haunt us.
Unveiling.
So once again, you shouldn't even be worried about anything except for taking advantage of the fact that they haven't swung you. So start popping cells. Good, okay. I want you to do it a little bit sooner though. If you do it a little bit sooner, you're probably 3 down, or at least 2 as opposed to 1. And now this guy's striking, right? Every little bit counts. And at this guy, I'd probably let the first guy go, okay? Because if I'm here and my teammates are on my far right, if this guy is going to push, plus we already got the second dude on scan, which is what is affecting this decision that I'm saying. But if this guy's going to jump and he doesn't notice, let him. Let him go. Because if you shoot him, second guy shoots you. He reacts to the gunfire sounds. And this guy might even turn and shoot you, so you get triangulated. You know, you'll have 2 guys shooting you. Let him go and then shoot the second guy. Right? Because now second guy shoots you for free. And we're in a catalyst queue. But at the very least, let him go. See if you can catch this guy by surprise. And trust that hopefully your teammates can take out the catalyst. But if they don't, well, it's still the best chance you have. So two big errors, all right? 2 big errors that I'd say on this whole game. Well, one, you guys have a terrible team comp for ranked, in my opinion. And I think that's because you're solo queuing. I did see you picked your legend first, so you couldn't control who these 2 played. But Crypto, Rev, Seer, obviously not a great team comp. All right, it's a little redundant with the scan, and Revenant's just not a good legend for anything above gold rank, in my opinion. He's just not good in general, but still. So the first problem is team comp. Second problem is your looting. And you're not super aware of your health and shield bar. And the third problem is you guys always rotated late. Now, sometimes that's the hand you're dealt, but from the beginning to here, even, you were forced to make tough decisions because you're going in with the zone, okay? So when you're going in with the zone, your hand is forced. But some good things you did were you were communicating, you were looking for cover, and you were looking for decent opportunities to take fights. So I want to encourage all those things. Good job, man. All right, so we're walking into core. It looks like a fight's breaking out. Shocking.
This guy down right here. He just died.
I see someone over there.
They're
resin, yeah.
Okay, good ears. All right, good ult.
Take my gun.
Yeah, I've been there. The gun sometimes stalls to blow.
This guy's by himself. There's 2 in mid.
All right, I like this guy's, the other guy's comms. That's helpful, especially if you're solo queuing. All right, so this is a tough push.
One guy far right. Careful.
Good heady. Good head glitch there. But it's tough to fight that. Really tough to fight that. Might let it be. Let's see what happens.
Just back up. Just back up. Just back up.
Yeah. I like that call. Pretty decisive, too, guys. That's the difference between a lot of teams, you know? Be in, be out, be decisive. Remain flexible. You don't have to overcommit on stuff. Average gold player, and I'm sure After Hours is above average. I don't know, though. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. But the average gold player and below will get way too overcommitted on stuff. And that right there, although you guys might view it as, oh, there's nothing big deal. Oh, that's not a big deal, whatever. Nah. Average player sees a ping, hears a ping, and just, you know, has no consideration about anything else except I'll just try to kill this guy even if it means throwing my game. So how about taking height here After Hours? I climb up here. If I could get up here, I could see better. And I'd have a good angle down into this area. All right. My arrow is screwed up, but you get the point. If you get up here, you can look down and you can look out over there. And you don't even have to use your horizon cube for that.
I think we have the ball call here. That guy's flush. Walking up on
A care
this.
package.
Throwing jump drive.
Enemy
Good reaction time.
being shot at.
You saw two, you dropped down. I like that.
There's one right here. Horizon.
Opening fire.
How about that blue swap in front of you, right? Is that broken? Do you know? I might go for it there at that point because it's like, hey, I'm flying in horizon queue and I'm landing on a guy and I get cracked. You know, there's a chance that this is good. This blue armor here. You might as well just chance it. You're right there. It's no risk. But I think it stems from here, man, because if I'm you, and I can't really say this any other way, once I, you know, fire at those two guys you were looking at, I don't want to go this way for some reason. I just don't. Because the wall and the fact that my two teammates are behind me and they have a little bit more elevation, they can't help me if I'm behind this wall 1v1ing this guy. And you didn't do a ton of damage to him to warrant you to 1v1 him. So I'm kind of at the point where I'd just rather be closer to my teammates
One right here.
and see what's the deal. So you go back, but I think doubling back is what allows this guy to shoot you, and then you have to fight this Pathfinder that you land into. You see where these two are? Now, as Horizon, you can take these liberties because, like, you've got this tactical ability that can quickly move you, right? But just in general, I'd rather be up here. You see their height, right? So we've got, this is high ground, this is higher ground, this is some low ground, but then we've got two walls here, this one and this one. And all of those can affect their line of sight if you go around this corner to 1v1 this bang. Or even if you're in this low ground right here, right? They might not be able to help you depending on where the enemy is. So that's a little bit of an intangible, I guess we'd call it. It's a feeling thing for me, but I'd rather be over closer to my teammates. While I'm solo queuing, that is. Good shots on the path, though.
Crack the Pathfinder.
Reloading. Enemy down.
Enemy here.
Leave that knock up, man.
Knocked.
Numpty right here.
Bandit down.
There's still no way.
Armor.
That was clutch. They rezzed you there. Nice.
He's gonna craft you purple. Hey, oh, he chilled. He chilled back here. Guys, team. He res.
Good. Good shots. Nice.
He's one. The Valkyrie's one.
Good. Good arc. Really good arc.
That Horizon's one shot right here. She's in that corner.
Good idea.
She's still there.
Probably wouldn't have fallen back. I probably would have went forward.
Under fire. Shut it in enemy shield.
So time to work a different angle, right? You have these guys pinned. They have no space, right? Do not give them any extra breathing room.
No.
I think this went poorly because of lack of aggression.
I cracked an enemy shield.
Play my knock. I got gold knock. Seal up. Still behind it.
Good follow through on this guy.
Nice. Horizon up here trying to thirst me.
Enemy killed.
So the only thing, man, I don't know. I don't know if I drop on this guy. I know you're trying to save your teammate, but I might try to shoot him from height as opposed to drop because I just used my gravity lift and my other teammate's on height. Remember, this is the white armor guy. So this is a guy who presumably is the weakest among the squad. So we don't want to waste tons of our assets at play, whether that's our positioning, whether that's our Qs and all that, to just kill the weakest link, right? Let's see how it plays out, though. Maybe I'm
Horizon up here trying to thirst
overanalyzing
me.
it.
Enemy killed. Just us now.
Shields recharging.
We have 45 seconds.
Horizon Valkyrie on my box looting right now. Just stay healthy, get healthy.
Good head glitch. Nice.
I shot. I'm closing in 30.
How about ult? Oh, okay.
You have to go to zone, you have to go to zone.
I wonder what we'll find over there.
Leave it with rejuvenation.
All right, good ring awareness. Hopefully Loba doesn't die, but yeah,
Charging my shields.
you had great ring awareness to leave when you did. So excellent job.
Deploying a respawn beacon.
Just play that wall, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be dropping low ground. And here's why, man. If you're dropping low ground here, watch your back, right? Your back is up against the zone, okay? If your back's against the zone and you get pushed, you have no room to play anything. I mean, yeah, with a horizon, you can queue up. But I'd rather start from the wall where your teammate is. Because that way, if things do hit the fan, you can back up to here, right? So you have to have a spot where you can think about backing up from if the push gets too aggressive or too much to handle. Or even if you need to rat to get, you know, top 2 or something. But you want to control more space here. Plus you're low ground, right? We don't want that. If they take your height, you're dead probably. There has to be, with 4 squads, right? There has to be other teams over in this dry gulch. There just has to be. It's an assumption I'm making, but it's so probable. So I feel like if you just play that wall where Loba is, you guys should be chilling.
My shields.
I'm gonna try to go underneath these guys.
All right, final rings closing.
Walking
Let's see
out.
what we can make out here.
Come to me if you can.
At me.
Good. Underneath them's perfect. The LOS should be complicated for them. I'd have the R9 out and be ready for the drop in case they wanted to follow up on the damage they did to my teammate. Good. So they're fighting above you, right? So you want to time this correctly. With a Q maybe?
There's a zip right here. Wait, just wait, just wait.
Oh my, you're killing me.
There's a guy in here too. Be careful. We're fine right here. Just stay underneath.
I would take extra high ground here. I mean, I'm fine with your guy calling these plays, but if you could get above them, because they're in the right above you, but if you could get on the roof above them, if you didn't want to full commit on the fight in that room, you could still play the roof and have ultra high ground, which is king. Plus your Valk,
That guy's gonna have
Loba,
to come out on top floor.
Horizon. I'd be thinking about playing one of these roofs. Here's the drop. Good ult. Good
Guys,
kill.
one more weapon here, Valkyrie.
Can go.
Nice. Good job.
Nice, dude. Got a little lucky. I'm not gonna cap here. We got a little lucky because I don't think one bullet connected on this Valk. Let's watch it back one more time. So it's a good ult. But this could have been anyone's game at this point.
Guys, one more weapon here, Valkyrie.
So we hit her like once. We don't connect on any bullets there. We might connect on one bullet there, but the zone really kills her. She must have been low health. So the reason why I was saying maybe play extra high ground here is because if you get down to a situation like that, I view it as a little bit more high risk because the zone's closing. There's tons of knockdowns. It gets very complicated physically. There was also a full kill on one of the squads because when they were fighting, I saw it in the kill feed. So at the very least, there's somebody with a man down. but we went into this with 4 with 10. It was a good game for sure, but I think some of the things that I mentioned would help you improve.
Hostile over there.
All right, you hear someone? Good. Take high ground.
Hostile. Danger close. Safe.
Good beam. Good beam.
Throwing arc star. We got company, people. Arc enemy shield. Loading. Give my shield a reach.
Okay, so one thing I do differently here is when I beam this guy, he doesn't bubble right away. He tries to shoot me, and then I get him even more flesh with the R9. I'm reloading. If you want to throw the arc here or whatever, so that it arcs off the second teammate, that could work. But I would push this bubble because you can jump off this and be there in 1.5 seconds and kill him before he gets any heal off. And if he challenges you, well, even better because he's super low, right? Now, you then play this side of the bubble because if teammate does push in, lifeline that is, you have the bubble at your disposal to back in or out, right? So you don't like full on commit in and shoot Gibby and take damage in the side to the lifeline, but you've only seen 2 here. 1, 2, right? You know Gibby's very low. Follow up on that. I would slide right off and challenge the crap out of him.
Throwing arc star.
The arc star also is too early, right? There's a trick with this and you have to time it right. So the second arc you threw was good because the bubble was running down on its timer. And so when the bubble dissipates or disappears, the arc star falls on the ground and explodes. But the first one is sort of pointless. Not to mention, it's facing in a direction that is not towards an enemy. So even if you did push here, it actually might screw you up. So that's why that first arc should go somewhere in this vicinity. Like either if you're going to stick the left side of this bubble where my corner is, or you're going to put it on the ground or at the lifeline somewhere over here, right? It's a micro thing. And I know we got a double reload, so we're kind of panic throwing an arc in a way. I mean, strategically, we know to use it here, but we're kind of not really thinking it through in terms of where it would do the most damage or have the most effect on the fight.
We got company, people.
So this arc was good because the bubble was wearing down, right? And that's why you got the X marker right there. It hit for a little. Now your teammates seem to clean this up. Yeah, Gibby's flush again. Nice. So good job. I mean, one way or another, you're getting the KP, but I fear that if this is a higher elo than gold, then you might want to act quicker.
Hostile spotted.
I'd save this. I'd save this nade. It's my one nade. I'd want something a little bit better. Right? The smaller the circle, the rise in value that grenades and throwables provide. Okay? Less space, right? Even if you thermite this guy behind the wall, you probably can't do anything about it because he'll just shift. He'll play this side of the wall, he'll play this side of the wall, whatever. He'll get out of it. And given your guys' angle, you probably can't do anything about it. So I'd like the grenade to have more value than that. It's a minor thing, but it could matter late game. And remember, Apex is comprised of a ton of small things, guys, especially as you climb up the ranks. You know, what matters not so much in gold might matter a heck of a lot in diamond or platinum even, right? Because the competition starts to shift. Players start to become smarter, more aware, more efficient. So I'd like to not fall off all the way. I know you probably didn't mean to, but I'd play up there, that little head glitch that you can play from the first part you climb up to.
Give my shield a recharge.
1 minute until the ring closes. and
So you
then
know you got to
the
move and you're
circle
thinking
goes
about where to
shut.
go to. I like this. You have good ring awareness so far.
Zip rail, you're can't. Let's reposition there.
All right, so good use of your ult. Decent smoke. I might have saved the second smoke here, just in case we got shot at. So you got a lot of great damage. What was that? 80, 80, 40? And a crack? Might have hit one guy twice with it. Yeah, lifeline's broke. Okay. So you got to think about where your ult landed, right? There's no way it's the Gibby. There's just no way. It has to be closer. Plus, you were already firing at like what looked to be like a Wraith or something on the fence line. So you can see them here moving. Attract your attention over there because you got to follow. What are they going to be doing if you just hit them for 80, right? Or 120 on Lifeline, right? They're going to be batting and you might be able to one clip one. But you only have 5 or 6 seconds before that's over, right? That advantage only lies for so long. And you've positioned yourself to totally look away from that. And if you don't know it's a lifeline, right? If you don't know who you cracked because, hey, you can't see him and it's in the smoke, right? Then you have to be aware of detecting your eyes up here to go, oh, who was that? Oh, a lifeline. Great. Okay, now I know to look for one, right? But also use the prior context of the legends you were firing at when you were back on the roof. So you have tabs on everything. It's a minor thing, but it will matter. All right, let's see what happens here. And here they are, right? Here's that lifeline Wraith. And now they're looking to fire at you because they're all healed up. Save those nades. I would once again would save them. If you want to chuck one frag, okay. Save that thermite for a better read on the positioning of their whereabouts, right? Save it and it'll become way more valuable. You're playing cover well, you're healing. These are all good things. But you are in a precarious situation in case both teams swing you. This place is only as good as long as you're the final a point in the triangle, right? If you can be back here and one team's there and one team's there. But if they both swing, you're not. They go lower towards your point, you guys are dead. You want to force them to fight. All right, last team. Good high ground. Good, but remember, if you saved those nades, see like right here, just throw, after you get that damage spray, just throwing an arc behind that box, right? That would have been freaking huge. It's a legend with no mobility, right? And here's Wraith getting bold, right? Don't back down to her. Don't get afraid. She's got good guns, sure, but it looks to be a 3v2. Nope, maybe not. It's a 3v3. Good, good, good. Nice. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good game, man.